Hello and welcome to our channel. If you're considering moving to Costa Rica or currently in the process of applying for residency, you're going to want to stay tuned to this video. We'll be discussing the latest updates from the Department of Immigration and how the new immigration decree affects your residency application. We'll break down the new criteria in detail for you so that you can be prepared. Effective July 1st of 2024, Costa Rica's Department of Immigration has implemented this new resolution titled DJUR 2020-05-2024 JMABM. I'm going to translate for you here the reasoning and the justification for this new decree so you can have some context. If we look at Clause 11, what it says is that due to the changes that have occurred in recent decades related to international migration flows, which have caused exponential growth of foreign resident population in our national territory and a persistent pressure from irregular migration movements and a gradual increase in the obligations for the government, which highlight the need to define a new framework of legal guidelines to allow for the development of a profound transformation of the immigration management system. So that's the basis, that's our foundation for why they are making these changes. The issue with this is that it has given the Department of Immigration much more leeway to outright reject files without giving an opportunity to cure any defects. Now, this is a very different attitude from the past 20 years or so that I have been dealing with immigration in Costa Rica. Okay, so let's get into it because this decree introduces several significant changes that could impact both new applicants and those that are pending approval. So understanding these changes is going to be crucial to avoid pitfalls along the way. At the moment, you have two options to file residency applications. You can use the digital online platform via Trámite Ya, or you can file a physical paper application with the Department of Immigration. The new regulations stipulate that once you start the process on one platform, you cannot switch to the other one. So you're going to be stuck with whatever one you started. Another note is that immigration is not going to receive documents via email, via fax, or via regular mail. That's not going to be accepted. If you filed on the digital platform, you must upload all the documents to that platform. If you started in the physical form, you must go in person to the Department of Immigration to submit your document. Next, let's see what the regulations say about signing your application and representation. First, the application must either be 1. Signed in the presence of the immigration officer at the Department of Immigration, or 2. Signed and authenticated before an attorney or notary public from Costa Rica. If you have hired somebody to represent you by way of a power of attorney, then that power of attorney must be a special power of attorney as per Article 1256 of the Civil Code of Costa Rica. Now, in the past, it was very rare for immigration to really challenge a power of attorney granted, but that's no longer the case, and they can now reject the entire file if they reject that POA. As part of the residency process, you're going to have to submit documents such as your birth certificate, marriage certificate, all from your home country. Now, any of these foreign documents to be valid in Costa Rica must have an apostille. I will leave a link in the description to my video about the apostille process, which goes into the process a little bit more in depth. In this case, what you need to pay special attention to in this directive is that the apostille of all your documents complies with what Costa Rica immigration will be looking for. That is that the signature that must be apostilled has to be that of the public official that is authorized to sign that document on behalf of that public office that's issuing you your certificate. Now, the example that I have used here is the FBI criminal background check, which was properly apostilled. Now, if you have any crimes listed on your background search, this new decree points out that if you were convicted for crime within the past 10 years, you're going to be denied residency. If it is more than 10 years, then they will require more proof on how that case was disposed of. So any cases where the applicant has a criminal record is going to be analyzed on a case-by-case basis, and it is going to be at the discretion of immigration to either grant or deny the application. Next, make sure you watch for any name discrepancy between your birth certificate and your passport. So in the U.S., for example, it's been a cultural tradition for the wife to adopt the last name of the husband. This is not the case in Costa Rica, where you're generally born and die with the same last name. So immigration is getting very picky when they see that the name on your birth certificate does not match with the name on your passport. Generally, because of marriage, the last name was changed. So filing an application with this discrepancy under the new regulations can result in the file being rejected outright. So under the new directive, it provides that the foreign person must clarify the matter in their application and provide the corresponding documents that justify the reason for the difference in the names. Also, a reminder that all documents that are in foreign languages must be translated into Spanish, and the only acceptable translations are those done by 1. A consul of Costa Rica in the country where the document was issued, 2. In Costa Rica by an official translator accredited by the Ministry of Foreign Relations, or 3. By a Costa Rican notary public. In summary, the new immigration decree has introduced more rigorous requirements for residency applications in Costa Rica. With this new directive, they can now reject and completely close out an application very easily for missing an item, which before would have resulted in a request for further documentation and an additional period with which to comply. That second chance has now been eliminated. They are now using rejection with terms such as irrelevance or impropriety as the basis to reject files. If you found this video helpful, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and share with others who might need this information, and subscribe to the channel for more updates. If you have any questions, leave a comment below or contact us directly. Thank you for watching, and best of luck with your residency application, and we'll see you in the next video.